So every Thursday in January, as a church, we're fasting. We're making ourselves hungry with a lack of food to be filled and satisfied with God. That we're fasting to be filled. We're longing to see a vision of God. Because fundamentally, before we ask any questions about 2021, what God is calling you to be or to do, or us as a church to be or to do, we have to have a vision of who God is. We are collectively seeking that vision of who He is to fill us by emptying ourselves of food in some way every Thursday. And so for each of these weeks, I want to draw our attention to a place in the Bible where we see a vision of who God is. This first one is Isaiah chapter 6, which I preached on more fully on the Sunday just gone. This is what it says. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord high and exalted, seated on a throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above him were seraphim, each with 6 wings. With 2 wings they covered their faces, with 2 they covered their feet, and with 2 they were flying. And they were calling to one another, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God. The whole earth is full of his glory. At the sound of their voices, the doorposts and thresholds shook, and the temple was filled with smoke. Woe is me, I cried. I am ruined, for I am a man of unclean lips. Isaiah has this spectacular vision of the magnificence of God. Did you see how these creatures, the seraphim, cover their eyes in reverence and fear? They themselves as creatures would have been magnificent, brilliant, beyond our imagination probably. When they speak, the temple's foundations shake, and yet before God they are terrified. They cover their eyes. It's no wonder that Isaiah in sentence 8 says, I am ruined by this sight of God I've had, this magnificent, majestic, all-powerful God. As you fast today, ask God to show you how magnificent He is. Ask Him to bring this passage alive. Because it's only when we see God like this that we're able to say yes to the hard things He might be calling us to do. That's why Isaiah in sentence 8 can say, Here I am, Lord, only because he's already seen the Lord who's calling him to do the hard thing. So as you fast, this is what I'm going to encourage you to do. Each meal you skip, read this Isaiah 6 passage and pray to God that He would show you the hard thing you need to say yes to. That's what I'm inviting you to do as we seek to be filled by a vision of who God is.